More rom, less com. This is like a bit of. This is probably more com, less rom.
Yeah.
Welcome back to No Bad Seats, the Regent Cinemas podcast, with myself, Luke, and
I am Sam.
you are Sam. Like
Sam, I am.
Sam, I am. Now, this week we're going to talk about another film that we don't want to give away too many spoilers on. This is Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, the drama. It was a lot of fun.
It was. There's a lot of drama.
There is a lot of drama. But as we've seen in the trailers, there's not a lot that they give away. So we're not going to give too much away. We're not going to spoil anything. Just so you know here, that's where we're at. But before that, there's been a bit of movie news this week.
I'm guessing there's a lot of fake movie news coming out.
Yeah, a lot of fake movie. Did you see any?
Not really. I kind of avoid... this time of year, every year, it just sucks because you get this false sense of like security, like next day after April Fool's Day, and then the US hits you with all of these like amazing movie stories, and you're like, oh my God, they've cast this person, and you go, no.
I specifically remember getting up at 4 a.m. to go to work April 2nd, and then like waking up, and it was like right in the peak of DC like kicking off.
Yep.
And Arrow was like early days, it was doing well, and they announced that they were doing a version of DC's Supermax where Green Arrow gets put in prison and then has to break out with all these villains.
Yeah.
And Stephen Amell was gonna tie the Arrow into like early Arrow
the DCU,
into the DCU. And I was like, oh yeah. And then like later I was like, and they're doing a spin-off of Lost. And I was like, oh yes. And then I realized, and it just made me so sad because again, false sense of security. It's April 2nd for us. It's April 2nd.
Yeah.
And here we are.
But every time.
I haven't seen anything really. I saw some F1 news that my wife was like, are you sure? And I was like, no, you're right.
I saw a lot of like AI slop news, and it's like so painfully obvious that it's AI that it's like, oh, well, yeah, you just didn't trick me.
Yeah.
Like, we're not idiots.
Haha.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a bit of that too. But look, all in all, it's been a pretty cool week. We've got a few little things that have popped up. The first one I want to talk about, Mike Flanagan, Exorcist, starts filming this week.
Very exciting.
That is pretty fun. That's pretty cool.
Has definitely become one of those like leading forces in the horror genre.
You look at like Blumhouse, Monster. What's James Wan's?
Bad Robot?
No, Bad Robot's J.J. Abrams. Atomic Monster is
I always get those two mixed up for some reason.
And then you've got Mike Flanagan, and these are the sort of names that are like pushing forward a lot of horror. I feel like James Wan and Jason Blum, like they sort of do.
I feel like they took the more business side approach to it and just like got their name on a lot of things.
Yeah, but I also feel like just in general, the sort of horror that they do is more accessible, like that maybe into MA horror. It's like the sort of
gore
thing.
stuff.
Yeah, it's like I'm thinking like Megan.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like the sort of thing where, Mithrigan, where it's the sort of thing that you can bring in a lot of different audiences, or like, you know, you got obviously Insidious and Saw and those sorts of franchises, but like big names there. I feel like Mike Flanagan, to me, feels like a more traditional horror, not gore horror, but like, you know, I feel like he sits in the, I don't want to say like Edgar Allan Poe horror, but you know what I mean?
Yes,
you know what I'm trying to say? Mike Flanagan fits within that category for me.
It's not so jump scary. It's not so like...
It's tension.
Halloween mask type of...
Yeah.
Because sometimes some of those other ones, they feel a little bit like they're just trying to sell... Like the blockbusters are trying to sell toys, it feels like they're trying to sell Halloween masks and stuff, because I'm like, why... You put all of this on just the way this person looks and not necessarily
like the
story.
whole film will be set around like there's 3 big jump scares.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, cool. You know, that's not like, personally for me, jump scares, like I don't love horror, but like some of the shows that Mike Flanagan has put together on Netflix. Like, I loved Fall of the House of Usher. Did you see that?
Yes. Yeah,
Carla,
that's great.
Carla Gugino. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Did you watch Midnight Mass?
I did not.
It's pretty good too.
But
Haunting of Hill House is still my favorite.
exactly, like it's just top tier.
So good.
And it's that sort of thing. And yeah, I mean, it's exactly that. I reckon that Mike Flanagan.
If you said choose any horror director to take over, The Exorcist, Mike Flanagan's the choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
now, on top of this, we've had like Exorcist reboots recently. Like Russell Crowe was in one like 2 years ago, and then he was in The Pope's Exorcist, and then there was The Exorcism, and I don't know. There's been a lot
there's
of
always a like exorcism of someone movie coming out.
Absolutely, and Russell Crowe's usually attached for some reason. Weird that he
the
just
Rusty Exorcism universe.
Yeah.
The REU.
The REU, yes. That's what we want to see. Yeah, but Mike Flanagan attached. I'm here for it. Mike Flanagan apparently wrote the Clayface script for DC later in the year too, so he's got a few things coming out, which is really exciting.
Very good. There's another movie that's starting filming, I think this week or next week as well. It's just the Batman Part 2.
The Batman Part 2, yes. I think that Pattinson was talking about getting off the press tour for the drama and basically going straight into filming the Batman. So he's excited. He's talking about how good the script is. And yeah, I mean, that's
so excited. That I need to go back and rewatch it again, the Batman. I've watched it maybe once or twice and absolutely adored it, loved it. But I want to go back and watch it again.
I saw it the first time in IMAX. Yeah. Drove down and watched it that way. I went with a friend. We went to the 6 o'clock session. And then we walked out of the session and he said, "Oh, what are you doing now?" And I'm thinking he's like, "Let's go to a bar or something." And I'm like, "Well, I got to get in the car and drive 4 hours home." And I said, "What about you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to the 9 o'clock session." And then he just walked back inside and watched it again. I was like, "Oh, right.
Okay, sure."
I had a bit of, obviously the first Batman movie, its original production was Ben Affleck's The Batman.
Yes.
Ben was directing, Ben was writing, producing. We were going to get Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke. Yeah. We got test footage. We got some early stuff.
Did we get test footage?
Well, we got that one bit of test footage that it was like 7 seconds of him like walking towards the camera that Ben Affleck posted.
Yeah.
And really like showed it in motion, but that was like early days, 2016.
Yeah.
So for me, I was really excited about that. And then when it sort of was like, oh, now Matt Reeves is attached, but it's still this Affleck, the game, like apparently like Jay Oliva has still said it's the best Batman script he's ever read. Like it's apparently so good.
Every time it does hurt because I'm like, just make it.
Just make this film. And it sort of felt like it was going to be like real heavy in the Detective Arkham game stuff. And progressively as it had come out, like more of it sort of come out suggesting that, Matt Reeves was maybe given the impression that Ben would be leaving, and then there was a bit of, I'm not going to say kicking him out the door, but maybe a bit of pressure applied so that he would leave by himself from Joss Whedon. And
poor Affleck, though. Still the best Batman to screen.
Oh,
no one has come close to the way he embodied Batman.
The physical embodiment is just crazy.
Yeah.
I saw something the other day of the suit, and I still think the real thing for me that grabs me, his Justice League suit looked fine, but honestly, the thing that grabs me the most, the cloth suit.
Yeah.
With
had like a couple of bits of like armor, plating in it and stuff, and that was about it.
Cloth suit with like the rips that have been like that Alfred's restitched, like that detailing to me, it just looked so cool.
Yeah.
Even the utility belt being like that, like dark gold, like very cool. And yeah, I really would have liked to see what they were doing there. So I remember going into the Batman, and I was still a bit like salty about it, and going, "This looks cool. I'm on board with Robert Pattinson." There was discussions for a while that potentially it was going to set place in the 90s.
Yeah, okay.
And
I don't think they really have a time period in it though, do
they? They don't, but there's iPhones and things. But there was discussions that it was going to be like set in the 90s, and that maybe Pattinson was playing a younger version of of Bruce,
Ben
of
Affleck.
Ben, and I'm like, I like that if that's where they're going, because then you sort of tell those stories after the fact, and then you're like, oh, here's a young Batman that's growing, and then we know what it's going to be. I really liked that idea. Obviously, it didn't work out that way. I still liked, Robert Pattinson as Batman, and I have watched it a couple of times since, and I think since like the DCEU ended and the DCU has like begun, I'm like, oh, I care way more about what they're doing with the ongoing Reevesverse, because it just feels to me like
it feels like they're putting out good movies first.
It feels like a cinema movie, like cinematic movies.
But it feels like they're worrying about the universe second. They're like,
yeah,
we don't care about this.
It's
like
well, as I said, it's like Greg Fraser DP. You got Matt Reeves directed.
Yeah.
Like things look great. The
Yes.
story's well told. And yeah, going back and watching it after the fact, I was like, I was probably went into this with the mindset of like, oh, this is what we're getting instead of what we could have had, but then what we could have had became just sort of ended up falling apart, and what we're getting instead, I'm like, this is still way better than what we are getting.
Like you mentioned with Greg Fraser and now Eric Messerschmidt for part 2, the first one felt like it got compared to Seven a lot, and that is so true. It's so gritty and so dark, and like in its visuals, it's like a
so
brutal visual.
Dark and gritty is like these buzzwords for me.
Yeah.
Because everybody has just been like hating on the DCEU, like not everything needs to be dark and gritty for like so long.
Yeah.
But
Batman 100%
Batman is the
needs to
character,
be dark and gritty. Like
exactly. But I also don't feel like the rest of the DCU was dark and gritty. I think it's just like those are buzzwords that people have like stuck to on film
Did
Twitter.
anyone
And
watch Aquaman?
Yeah, exactly.
It was
But like even Wonder Woman, even Man of Steel, like they didn't feel dark and gritty. They just like it just
They had muted
some like
color palettes and that was about it.
and realism.
Yeah,
It was realism.
Wonder Woman was set in World War One. Like I'm pretty sure it wasn't all rainbows and lollipops.
Yeah,
like it was pretty dark times.
But like as I said, like you saw like Themyscira
Yeah,
was
gorgeous and beautiful and
absolutely, and like the way that whole thing was set up. Man of Steel, not dark and gritty. I'm sorry, like I think they just like go, he never smiles. It's just buzzword stuff that they get. But Batman obviously is a character that needs to be, and I think Matt Reeves sort of like went in between the Chris Nolan complete realism and the Zack Snyder fantastical, with obviously having Superman and Wonder Woman included in that universe with Batman. And like Reeves is like feels like he's somewhere in between. It doesn't feel fully in the same world of realism that Nolan went.
Yeah, definitely.
It feels like you have those fantastical elements. Gotham is obviously feels way more gothic, like all of that sort of stuff. But yeah,
I love the Reevesverse. I can't wait to see what we get with part 2. I am worried that they're going to get rid of it. I think that's a constant stress about it, is that like
it just keeps getting delayed.
Well, it keeps getting delayed. We're going to get part 2.
Yeah.
My worry is that they call it at part 2
Yeah.
and go, we don't need this because we're now got whoever playing Batman in The Brave and the Bold. And
that
then
would be
we
a shame.
get this like cookie cutter version of Batman that's nothing that great.
Yeah.
Whereas the Reevesverse feels like it's taking risks, it's different,
and it's got its own voice.
Yes.
It's got its own style, it's got its own voice. It's not trying to be...
I think they need to keep continuing these like the comics. Give us another story. I don't care if I've got 3 different...
Elseworlds is a thing.
Yeah,
just do
I don't care if
Elseworlds.
I've got 3 different Batmans that I'm going
like
to see.
People will get it.
They're going to make 3 times the money. I will go to the cinema 3 times to see 3 different
They
Batmans.
had that when we had Batman come out, The Flash come out, and then Joker was out. Obviously, like within the year, it's like we've seen this.
You're not
and
going
then,
to like
and then Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. Like within the space of like 12 months, we had 3 different on-screen Batman.
Yeah, and you're not going to lose money because of it. Like they're not. The people that are Batman fans are going to show up for Batman regardless of who it is.
Exactly.
So it's like, just do them all.
So, point being, Batman starts filming. We're going to get it, finally. And that's exciting. That's the next year, next October. Yeah, I mean,
I'm a bit of a Halloween vibe in that.
Yeah, I mean...
A long Halloween, maybe?
Yeah, but that was what they said about the last one.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
it was the same thing. But yeah, exciting, and yeah, that's Pattinson. So let's go on to the drama, and we'll talk about the trailers after.
Okay.
The drama.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I worked hard to avoid spoilers on this film. Watching the trailer, I was like, okay, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, I mean, looks fun, looks sort of quirky. They specifically don't tell you what Zendaya did in the trailers. And I worked very hard to avoid it because I was like, this will not... It's not going to play well for me if I...
Yeah, oh, you need to go into it blind, like without seeing too much of it. I think I had watched the initial... It must have been a teaser. I remember seeing a short teaser for it. And it either didn't have that pivotal scene in the teaser then, or I just didn't take note of it because I was like fully just out of it of like, I don't even know what this movie is about.
Yeah.
And then recently coming to the cinema, saw it, a proper trailer for it, and obviously had the like the that scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to know.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Here.
And that's the thing. They've done a really good job in the marketing of showing that and being like, you don't know what she's done, but these are the reactions.
Oh, yeah.
That is fantastic. Honestly, it had me, I have been excited about finding out for like 2 weeks about finding out what Zendaya did. It's, yeah, like the way that they've structured that and given you nothing.
Yep.
Set up everything around it. Brilliant.
Yeah, perfect. It really keeps you like the whole time. I spent like the first half of the movie. I was like, when are we going to find out?
Yeah.
When are we going to find out?
What did she do?
What's happening? What is it? Tell me. What is it?
So we're not going to go into it, but I will say I really, really love the way that it played into the rest of the movie.
Yes.
When you find out what it is that she did, everything else is layered with that.
It's a very, I don't know if I would say controversial thing that is revealed, but it's going to make people, especially certain territories, feel certain ways.
Yeah. And there will be a lot of tension and awkwardness, and I think, so, like, I know that some people are not happy with the film because of
it has a bit of those like allegories of like
it's a hard thing to...
We're saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really, really liked the way that it was edited. The way that this thing was cut together, I felt it before we found out what I really liked the way that they were setting up. They were doing it in a way where it was like via his speech.
Yep.
And you see this in the trailer. They're going...
His wedding speech.
His wedding speech, yep. What do you love about her? Oh, when are you going to tell this story? Yep, and then it shows that story.
You sort of got the flashbacks through that.
Yeah, as we're like seeing that, I liked the way that that was cut together. I liked that there was scenes often where it wasn't 100% whether it was what was happening or what you were thinking or what he was thinking was happening.
And the same sort of for her a little bit further on as well. You really get transported into that like anxiety that either of them, or that paranoia that either of them are going through, and the way they did that with editing was masterclass. Like all of a sudden you're going, oh my god, like what's happening? Yeah. And then you'd be like, oh, this is all in our head. Yeah. Like, and you felt like you were part of it. And additionally, the sound design as part of it. Zendaya's character is deaf in one ear, again revealed in the trailer, but the way that it consistently cut between like normal sound, everything going normal, and then into her head where it was like, and you just had that like low humming. It wasn't complete silence, but it was like that mumbling, that almost like an old like TV slight like turn it on and it's like.
You know what it sounded like to me is when you have like the old plugs for the sound and you take like the one out where the voice comes through, but you hear all the background sounds and it's just like got that like rumbling and it's like, that's sort of what it felt like. I thought they did a really, really good job of that as well. And the way that that sort of like, again, cut back and forth, particularly in that opening scene where they first meet, great.
Yeah. And like you said, there's a bunch of those like editing things that play into what is revealed.
Yeah.
And the way they then use sound design with some of that later on
Yeah.
really like hits you hard. There was one point in there where it got me like a bit of a jump scare because I was like, oh wow. Like,
yeah.
And like fully took me back. I was like, oh.
Yep.
So they've like just done a brilliant job of that. The editing in general, I think, plays such a huge part in this film.
Yeah.
Because it could be a really slow film if it wasn't edited that way.
Yep.
Whereas it really like ticks along and keeps you sort of guessing and wondering and like what's happening side of thing. So that to me, I think was one of the biggest players in the movie is the edit.
I think for me, I'm not the biggest fan of Zendaya. Like just in general, I find her pretty repetitive. Her characters seem to be very samey. And this was one of the few times where I think I saw her and was like, this film is one that looks exciting to me.
Yeah.
But I also thought that her character in this was not so much the same as every other time that I've seen her.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I think it's particularly, you look at her in Spider-Man.
Yep.
And I find that I just don't like her MJ. I just don't. So then seeing that sort of character a lot of the time, she's not like that at all.
No. She's not this like broody teenager that's just like annoyed by everything.
Yeah.
She's sort of a bit more, I guess, hopeful. And then
I guess another film that is sort of similar to that, where she isn't necessarily playing the broody type character, is Challenges.
Yeah.
And it's like back and forth, and it's like you do see her like that, but you see her like a lot more passionate about obviously the game of tennis and things like that as it goes on. So yeah, I quite liked her in this movie. And then Robert Pattinson, I think, is the right amount of awkwardly charming in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, awkwardly charming is spot on. Because like you're like, how did this guy land Zendaya? And then you're like,
and then you watch the scene and you're like, I get it. I get it. He's brilliant. Honestly, Robert Pattinson continues to blow me away with what he can do. I feel like every time I see him in something, I'm like,
He just does a fantastic job everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter what he's given to play. He just does, like, knocks it out of the park every time.
Yeah, entirely agreed.
Yeah, even Twilight.
Even Twilight, which he still hasn't seen. Eventually, you're going to have to.
I know.
Eventually.
Someday.
When you go through Robert Pattinson's entire catalogue and you're like, well, I need to do this.
Today is the day.
Today is the day. But yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but honestly, the drama for me, I really enjoyed this film. It's an hour 40, so it doesn't feel like it outstays its welcome. It's edited really well. And yeah, it's just like, it's paced super well. It cut together well.
Yeah.
And the way that the story sort of plays along, as I said, it sort of cuts back and forth a little bit and gives you elements all the way throughout. I felt it was also like really satisfying. So for me, trailer to pay off in the movie, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. For me, the drama, like, I think it really hits that on the head of like the payoff from the trailer to what you're getting in the movie. It's gonna create some like almost hard conversations with whoever you're seeing it with.
Yeah.
And I love movies like that because it gets people talking.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a lot of fun like that. It's surprisingly funny.
It is really
There's
funny.
some really funny moments
It's
in
dark, but it's really funny.
there. Yep. There was points where some of these like flashback scenes were happening and some scenes where they had certain characters together and you and I were just in hysterics because we were like, this is so absurd, but not necessarily funny at the same time.
Yeah.
There's like some horror elements in there as well, especially with the editing.
Yep.
The way they like...
I don't think it's necessarily even like, it's not necessarily horror in the sense that there's like jump scares or anything.
No. Maybe just more thriller. It's like,
I
there's
think,
real tension build.
I think like,
and then
this is being billed as like a romantic comedy.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, it is, but I would put it as like a black comedy.
I'd put it as like a romantic
thriller,
maybe. Yeah.
Like, I don't even
comedy
think,
thriller.
I don't think it's quite on the thriller.
No,
like,
it has just certain moments.
There's
where
just
really
moments of tension that they do really well, but I think it probably like leans into comedy, but it's not.
It's definitely
not a
comedy.
traditional rom-com. It's an A24 rom-com. You know, like
Yes. It's not like on the level of Materialists.
Yeah.
It kind of almost feels a little bit like Materialists, but it's funnier.
It just,
it gives you more than Materialists does. Materialists feel
comedy.
as a little bit like it kind of didn't go anywhere.
It wasn't
in
like
a way.
rom-com.
And it didn't have like a big arc.
More rom, less com. This is like a bit of, this is probably more com, less rom.
Yeah.
If I had
and a little bit of thrill.
And a little bit of thrill. But I also, I just think it's just, there's moments of tension that get you, but I don't think it's like thriller. No one's getting chased. No one's getting killed. No. It's like it's just stuff.
It's all in the edit is where they've made thriller
exactly.
element or thriller horror element.
Yeah.
Is just the editing that really like hits you all of a sudden. You're like, really like throws you back.
Absolutely.
But I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, me too. I would 100% recommend this, particularly to people who like either Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, or this style of film. Like if you, I don't want to say if you like a rom-com, because again, it doesn't feel necessarily like your traditional rom-com. But
it's not anyone but you. Like it's not.
No, exactly. Yeah. But if you like sort of films that are a little bit different, and the trailer looks appealing to you, if you need to know what she did, give it a go. I think the payoff is totally worth it.
Yes, 100%.
So that's the drama. But I want to talk to you, Sam, about 2 trailers that dropped this week. One we watched just before, and let's start with Supergirl. Supergirl trailer dropped. It is Craig Gillespie. It's Millie Alcock. So Craig Gillespie, obviously the Australian director, which is nice to see. Millie Alcock, Australian actress, and we've seen a bit more of Jason Momoa playing Jason Momoa in the trailer. How do you feel?
Slightly better than the first trailer. The first trailer to me was Guardians of the Galaxy reskinned.
Yep.
It just, every shot, I was like, I've seen this in Guardians of the Galaxy. This looked a bit better. I'm still not, like I'm on board, I'm definitely going to see it. I'm keen to see it, and I hope it's good.
Yeah.
That's about where I sit with it. Yeah. I hope it's good. I'm cautious about it.
I'm feeling a bit the same. I feel like people who like Superman, I feel like you're going to like this film. People who like Guardians of the Galaxy, looks like you're going to like this film. My issue is the repetitive nature. To me, this feels like Craig Gillespie has been given an opportunity to do a franchise film, and the CEO has said, but you will do exactly what I say. And it just like, I don't see any of Craig Gillespie's voice in this. I see all of James Gunn's voice. It's Animal is missing.
I saw a comment that was like, plot of Superman, save crypto.
Yeah.
Plot of Supergirl, save crypto.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like maybe if saving crypto wasn't like the core of the Superman movie, then this would feel like it's unique. But I just like look at all of James Gunn's few films, and it's just like, oh, animal or animal adjacent CGI character is missing or hurt or something that's going to evoke sadness from you. And also I'm going to play some music that that is going to trigger an emotion in a certain way. And it's getting old for me. Like, and I know that it's not him, and I know that there's going to be people who go, but he isn't directing this, so it's not that. I'm telling you, there is none of Craig Gillespie's
When
vision.
people say that and they're like, he's not directing it, he doesn't have any say in it.
It's like,
they're the same people that turn around.
of the company.
They are the same people that turn around and go, all hail Kevin Feige for what he did for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Exactly.
Because his hands are all over it.
Yep.
Like,
and you can tell. It's like, I've not seen a film that has more of James Gunn's fingerprints on it than watching the trailer to Supergirl. I don't necessarily think it looks bad. I think it looks better than... I think it looks, from a visual standpoint, looks better than how Superman turned out. I think there's elements that don't. I don't think Jason Momoa looks great as Lobo.
He doesn't. It looks a bit
It's a little disappointing, truthfully, because I know this is a character he's wanted to play for a really long time.
It looks to me like they gave him the last minute call of like, yeah, we're going to do Lobo, so come around and do it. And he is like in the middle of like a dirty bulk or something like that. And he's just like, yeah, I'll show up and act like Lobo, like, but not be this gigantic, huge person.
I don't know, it just doesn't... It feels like the sort of thing that is a great idea and execution isn't going to play the same way, and I'm concerned about that. And I feel like they're leaning on. I think Warner Brothers is a little worried, and I think initially I keep hearing things about them expecting 500-600 million out of this film. And
we got that out of Superman.
And
I don't know if
I think that number maybe came from, or that expectation maybe came from when they were expecting $1 billion out of Superman.
Yeah.
You expect $1 billion out of Superman, then Supergirl sitting at $500-600 million seems reasonable. But when you get $600 million out of Superman, 250, 3 mil, 300 mil out of Supergirl seems reasonable. I would say like 450 at an absolute peak. Yeah. And if they're expecting 600, I don't see it happening.
I don't see.
That's also why I see them going. Like, I've heard they've added more Superman into it, and then
which is that itself is also unfortunate.
Yeah,
I want it to do well for all the little girls out there that are 100%. Like, oh my god, we're getting like it was like when Wonder Woman came out, and it was like you're representing a whole nother side to like the comic universe and comic fans that doesn't get enough representation.
100%.
And then it's been very hit and miss for the girls' side of things, because like Black Widow came out and they kind of dropped the ball with that. And
the Marvels,
things like
Captain
that.
Marvel did well. The Marvels didn't do well.
Yeah.
And then they sort of haven't really had. And then you've got Supergirl, which I really want this film to do well because Australian director, Australian lead.
Yeah.
I want to see it do well, but I'm just looking at it and going, I just feel like I heard a few days before that they've added more Superman in because they want to really try and tie it into Man of Tomorrow and make it like you must see this so that you can understand Man of Tomorrow and like that sort of thing, which I feel like is going to happen anyway. I don't think you need to add more Superman. But then they put the scene in the trailer. They open the trailer with Superman's face. They're leaning on Jason Momoa's Lobo. It feels like they're doing everything to promote this film outside of Supergirl as a character.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, we have Jason Momoa and we have Superman. We need to use those. And that feels like the wrong way to go about it. But hey, that's Supergirl for you. We'll see how it goes. I do hope it does.
I hope it wins.
I hope it wins. I want to see, like, honestly, I was more enthusiastic, before Superman came out, I was more enthusiastic about Supergirl because it felt to me like, cool, we're getting a different director. And this is what I've been saying about this universe is I want somebody, there was all this talk about all these different voices and we're going to give DC to all these different voices. And the only voice I've heard is James Gunn's at the moment. So I was excited about Supergirl, and then I've seen the trailers and stuff and it still feels like James Gunn's voice. I get that his vision needs to be one way, but the film as a plot feels like they've based it around a James Gunn plot, not this plot could have been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it could have fit into the overarching vision while being Craig Gillespie's voice, but it doesn't feel like that's the case.
Yes.
We'll see, but that's Supergirl. On to another trailer that I don't know anything about Masters of the Universe.
No,
I know He-Man exists. I know of Skeletor.
That's about it. I know of a few memes of Skeletor.
Exactly.
And like obviously, like you said, He-Man.
Masters of the Universe, the first trailer, I was like, no, okay.
This looks interesting.
This second trailer, I think I'm in.
Yeah.
It looks super fun. And I was getting hints of another movie that really surprised me was Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, yep.
Honor Among Thieves. That film.
So I always remember that scene with the like in the
graveyard.
The graveyard.
The graveyard scene had me rolling. So good. But I'm getting like the exact same energy out of Masters of the Universe, and I'm like, cool. Wasn't big into Dungeons and Dragons. Loved the film.
Yeah.
Am not into Masters of the Universe. Don't really know it at all. This trailer, it just looks so much fun. It looks like that same sort of energy. It's gonna be quirky and funny and weird and really lean into all the cheesiness of the franchise, I feel.
Yeah. It like another thing I noticed is it looks good. Like in terms of the visual aesthetic of it. It doesn't putting it next to the Supergirl trailer, this looks better.
Yeah,
it looks more contrast. It looks like the way they've used lighting, CGI, everything. I'm like, this looks like they've spent a bomb on it.
Yeah.
Whereas Supergirl, I'm like, you were down at the Docklands studios.
Yeah.
Like, that's no shade at Dockland Studios. I'm just saying a studio, probably the London studios anyhow. But like,
yeah, it was London.
yeah, it felt
Honest,
there's a lot of that
felt
that
on a
feels
studio,
sort of set. Whereas this, I'm like, where are these big rock areas that they're filming at?
yeah.
Because it looks legit. We got our first speak of
Skeletor, yeah,
speech.
the voice.
First hear of his voice.
Jared Leto voicing Skeletor.
Yes, yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Fine.
I like it.
Yeah,
I actually like it.
Like the cartoon ones are it's a lot more like
this feels like it's got a quirk to it, but it feels
like he's doing that, but like deeper and slower.
Yeah.
So he's just like
it still feels sort of menacing.
Yes.
And
I hope Jared Leto being in it doesn't hurt the film.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that has been a bit of a trend in the last couple of years. We saw it with Tron Ares, which was a great film.
Great film. I don't know. I don't know that Jared Leto was necessarily the big hit for Tron Ares. I think it was Jared Leto instead of the people from the previous film. Because I know there's a lot of discussion where people are like, they've just erased this story that they were telling to put Jared Leto in a film.
Yeah.
Rather than it being, like, I think had it been anyone, Jared Leto probably didn't help anything.
Yeah.
But had it been anyone, it's like, but we were invested in this story and now you're giving us a film after 16 years and it's different people. Ironically, the Jared Leto story tied together those and was setting up for more with the characters from Tron Legacy.
Yes, yeah. He has had a bit of a run of taking on franchises. Now that I think back at it, I'm like, oh yeah, you did Morbius. There's something else in there, but then you did Tron, Master of the Universe.
What was the other one he did?
I'm sure there was something else.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Not like since Morbius.
Well, he was in Suicide Squad, but that was
before.
Yeah, no, I can't remember now. But yeah, he's been on a bit of a run of taking on these like franchise roles, hit or miss. Hopefully this one's a hit.
Yeah,
it looks fun.
Not having his face on it probably helps and his voice doesn't sound like him. If you didn't, you would know.
Just don't tell anyone.
One thing that I saw is, obviously I've spoken on this podcast before about how much I love Red Rising.
Yes.
And this book series I read, and somebody I saw when scrolling yesterday was just like, how did anybody watch the Masters of the Universe trailer and not immediately see Daryl Lycos, who is the main character from Red Rising? And I was like, yeah, I could see him, like the guy who plays him. Who's playing the He-Man is like, when you look at him versus the artwork for Red Rising, it's the same guy. It's like, this would be actually perfect. Now here I am fan casting a guy I've never seen act beyond a trailer for Masters of the Universe. It does look very good. But there you go.
Yeah, no.
That is the couple of trailers this week. One more trailer I want to discuss. Backrooms?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, what are you doing? The Backrooms trailer. It looks great. I don't want to talk too much about it. Let's talk about it next time.
Yep.
That's your homework, is to go back and watch the trailer for the Backrooms. It just looks like weird and wild and like...
I've seen one of the teasers for it, and the teaser was not much. I'm pretty sure it was literally shots of rooms.
Yeah.
And then I saw the trailer come up, I think yesterday or the day before, and I was like, I'm going to watch this, but I just hadn't got to it yet.
It's got Alice from Shrinking in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I was like, did the old Leo.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely one that is going to be exciting. Comes out in May. Fingers crossed we get it here. I haven't seen anything on our list so far, but I would say it's one of those ones that gets added late, when they do that. And one last trailer that I want everybody to go and watch, Exit 8.
Yes, I did watch this one.
Yeah. Looks great, right?
It looked very interesting.
Have you played the game? You're familiar with the game at all?
You told me about the game.
Yeah. It's
haven't played it.
Frustrating.
The trailer for the movie looks frustrating because I'm like, what?
Yep. You'll be walking and like things will happen and you go, like some of them are very obvious.
Yeah.
And then some of them are not obvious at all. Like I, at one point, have walked through the hallway and then turned around and noticed that the back of the sign says, go back, go back, go back. And that's the anomaly.
Right.
So it's like you really have to pay attention to all these details, and it can get frustrating because you have to basically get 8 right in a row in order to get out. I have never done it. I made it to 7 on like my 3rd attempt, and then going back to 0 after that is demoralizing.
I bet.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, the movie looks very interesting.
And look, the whole thing, the way that it plays out in the game, the way that Exit 8 plays out really leads itself well to a horror film.
Yeah.
And I think that, that one's exciting. That's from Umbrella. Umbrella releasing that in April. And yeah, it's one that I'm really keen on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Exit 8, watch the trailer for that. It looks wild.
Yeah. There is another movie we didn't get to this week that is a very big movie. Obviously.
It is a very big movie.
We will get to it, I'm guessing, next week.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously talking about Mario.
Super Mario Galaxy movie is out, and unfortunately, when we are watching movies so regularly, we also have children, and there's nothing worse you could do as a parent than go and watch a kids movie without your kids.
If I got home and was like, I saw the Mario movie, there would be riots in my house.
Yes, you would be in trouble. So
my kids, Easter is not even on the cards this year. The kids do not care that the Easter Bunny is here this Sunday.
They care about eggs, but not chocolate ones.
Not at all. They have been counting down the days till Mario. So we woke up at the start of the week and I was like, guess what's this week? Like, what's coming up this week? And they were like, Super Mario Galaxy movie. Nothing about the Easter Bunny. They don't care.
There you go.
Just excited for Super
Mario. Just Mario.
Yeah. Very keen.
It's going to be pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think they're going to enjoy it.
Very excited.
So yeah, Super Mario Galaxy, and
apparently 2 post-credit scenes.
Ooh.
Is what I've heard. Which is going to be hard to make kids stick around for that.
All right, here's one for you. I saw Donald Glover saying that he's going to be very surprised if he doesn't get an Oscar for this.
Love it.
I feel like he was taking the piss. He has to have been, but it's so funny to hear that was said.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Just absolutely brilliant.
I can't wait to hear him.
And they've been having fun with it, doing stuff with the marketing and really playing around with it. I saw a Dodgers Stadium thing where it was like the guy who voiced Yoshi and a big Yoshi, and then Donald walked out and he was like,
there's a
Spider-Man.
I think it's the LA Dodgers catcher. His surname is Yoshi.
Oh,
it's like Yamamoto Yoshi or Yoshi Yamamoto or something.
Yeah, like right. And then they had Donald and
and they did the Spider-Man.
They did the Spider-Man thing.
It's great.
So good. So yeah, I'm excited. It looks
We've also got the
fun.
Amazing popcorn buckets here.
We do have the amazing popcorn buckets, the Yoshi popcorn buckets. They're flying out the door.
I imagine.
Sam's got to grab 2 on his way out now so that he doesn't miss out.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And yeah, lots of stuff going on. That Mario merch is going to sell like crazy. It's going to go quickly. We got a lot, but I don't think it's going to last.
Yeah.
I think
if you want it, get in quick.
I would guess by Monday it's gone.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
And for anyone that has seen any of the
videos,
like the social media stuff,
yeah,
there's a lot. They filled Cinema 7, which is how many seats?
So that's 130.
Yep.
I reckon we have 6 times more than that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I think we're already sort of like a quarter way through.
Oh, my God.
So
and the movie came out
I came
last
upstairs
night.
at 12 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
And spoke to someone, and they said, yeah, we sold 60.
We opened at 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. Get your Yoshi buckets.
They look great. They're massive too. They're like this big.
They're huge.
Which so good. Yeah.
Yep. That's it. And I think that's it for us this week. So
there's no bad seats.
No bad seats. Yeah. We'll see you next time. We've got a couple of cool movies coming up, and then later in the month we've got Michael. Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming out soon. Yeah, we've got lots of cool movies coming up. So
cool stuff coming.
That's it. And then May kicks off the
blockbuster season.
Yeah,
here we
absolutely.
go.
So lock it in. We're going to have a rough time trying to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
That's it.
It'll be like multiple viewings a week.
That's it. Until next time, we'll catch you. There are no bad seats when you come to the movies.